Hello everybody, this is Purge, bringing you first person replay commentary. I played this game last night. It's a Clinkz game. I hope you guys enjoy it. Everybody just got done casting here, so it's time for me to make some videos. Things should be good. Immediately after this, I'm going to make a video with Pure and Flax. I hope you guys are excited. I'm not sure if we're going to do a pubcast, but I'm guessing it'll be a pubcast. I thought about my channel a lot more this morning, and I really do want to get a bunch of variety out, hopefully before TI3, because I know that some of you guys get bored from just watching me play the same heroes rotating through every couple of weeks. So I definitely want to start doing a little bit more content, and hopefully I don't get too stressed out and busy with stuff, because that's always what holds me back, is when I get when I have tons of stuff to do in real life, and then I have less free time and stuff like that. So I played this last night with Blitz and 3 other people who I don't know. We had some party going on, and I think I randomed because there's no way I would ever pick Clinkz. So if you guys are okay with that. They actually did already have a Chen, I think randomed or something, so I technically have a counter. I'm a hero counter to that, so it kind of sucks for them. Pick my hero.
Prepare for battle.
Come on. Let's watch CS. There we go, I'm in. Alright, cool. So, Clinkz. I have a Clinkz set. I think, did somebody give this to me? I think somebody gave this to me, yeah. Somebody gave me this set, the Demonic Vandal. It is uncommon. It looks okay. I'm personally really bad at Clinkz, so I'm going to make a lot of mistakes this game, but at least that gives us something to talk about. I don't play this hero almost ever, and he's, I think one of the reasons that I'm not very good at him is because his playstyle isn't really something that I have a lot of experience with. A lot of the heroes that I like playing a lot are teamfight heroes that can make plays while doing dumb things, basically. So I play really aggressive, and then I get out of position or something, and then I am able to outplay my opponents sometimes. Clinkz doesn't really allow you to do that. His room for doing fancy things is really low, which means that you have to play a snowball, really patient style. It's another hero that's kind of like this is Nature's Prophet. You can farm really well, but you do have to make ganks happen, and you do have to patiently, slowly accrue advantages by getting kills. And it's not really something that I'm really practiced at. So Clinkz is very patient in the sense you have to set up perfectly, you have to do everything really correctly to be able to snowball, which I have some trouble with. He said hi to that guy because we played him the game before. They ended up beating us game 1, I think. Was it one-sided? I'm trying to remember who I was playing. I know they beat us pretty soundly. It was oh, that's right, I played Lone Druid offlane. It was a really weird game, really high action, but I played a little too aggressive when we lost. This is the second match. We actually played 3 games against these guys over the course of the night, which was pretty fun. They're all really close matches. The first match wasn't very close, and the third match was also not very close, but this one was probably the best of the 3 games in terms of closeness, so I figured I haven't made a Clinkz video in a while, let's make a video. So, I pick up Siren Arrows at level 1. It's not always super common to put Clinkz in the safe lane. The most common way that Clinkz is actually played in the pro scene right now is basically against a Darkseer. He's really, really good against Darkseer and a lot of melee offlanes, basically because they have a really long way to travel. I forgot there was a Brood in this game, but this will be a really good way that we can talk about Brood. How to play against Brood with heroes that aren't very good against Brood. And Clinkz is definitely the perfect example. Maybe not the perfect example, but he is an example of heroes that aren't very good against Brood. Reason being that he only does really physical damage, which means that he only does single target damage, which means that if the spiders get into nasty amounts, it's going to be a really crappy time for me. So, as you can see, I'm terrible at last hitting. Here I am at 3 out of 3. I did pick up Siren Arrows level 1 because I wanted the bonus damage to help me last hit. I also, since I randomly got lucky and I got a Wraith Band, which gives me a bonus 9 damage, which means that I should be able to get more last hits. I was really upset that the tower hit the range creep because that meant that I wasn't going to get it, but I will start the Tango Eating. We are doing some pulling here, which is helping out. I'm going to take out the creeps. You have to be a little careful about this. Make sure that you do kite them at least a little bit, because taking too much right-click damage can really be a detriment here. I should have hit that creep one more time before the tower hit it twice. I'm still really bad at last hitting under tower, and certainly doesn't help with Clinkz, who has a horrible animation, and his damage is a little bit low without Siren Arrows, so you definitely have to plan ahead a bit when you're playing this hero. I was a little bit worried about taking too much creep damage at this point, so I let the tower tank a little. See if I can do this with Siren Arrows. I can. Woohoo! Catching up, guys. 10 out of 4. So things are going okay. So yeah, max out Siren Arrows by level 7. This is really important to do. You want your damage output to be really high. It basically gives you a lot of right-click damage. You can use this on towers, you can use this on catapults, you can use it on heroes. The only things you can't use this on are magic immune heroes and Eunice. So I think you can use them on ancients though. So you can use them on ancients, but not like BKB heroes. If you get silenced, you can't use it as well. It doesn't count as a spell, but it does require you to not be silenced to be able to use this ability. Skeleton Walk is usually the skill that you max second in most cases, versus like a... keep in mind that I am putting Harass onto the Broodmother when possible, and if the spiders come at me, I do have to right-click them. It's pretty important to do this. It won't necessarily give me a big advantage, but just to grab the EXP and the gold from them, as well as to keep the numbers down, is really important. Because if you let those spiders build up heavily, he'll just right-click them on me, and I'll be forced to go invisible, which does kind of waste a lot of my mana. So it's pretty important that I do end up being very aware of the spiders at all times, if possible. So it helps to have a sentry in lane. It looks like they placed one over by our pole camp, which is going to guard them, and from the pole camp, if spider does go to contest that, which is normally a threat. So it does keep a lot of pressure off of me, which helps a lot, but it will only do so much. So yeah, if Broodmother does show his face, I really do want to try to kill him if possible, or at least keep his HP down. Aha, arrow damage. I pick up a Ring of Aquila from the side shop. This is going to guarantee me quite a bit of mana regen. It gives me like a 50% increase of mana regen if you look at my numbers. It also ends up being a plus 15 damage item, which is really good for the early game. It doesn't give me a whole lot of attack speed, but in terms of individual right-clicking power, it's quite good. Now, if you're trying to deny somebody who's actually in the lane contesting, the best thing you can usually do is hit the creep twice to deny instead of the... So like right now, I would start attacking that creep to deny it, because the average person is not going to react to that in time. I was really hoping that wouldn't die to that last hit, but unfortunately it did. And from here I can grab another Sage's Mask. Most people usually don't grab the Sage Mask first, actually, especially because I don't actually have that much mana requirements. But once you hit 6 is where Clinkz starts having a little bit of trouble. You also pick up at least 1 level of Strafe early, just to guarantee that you have, again, kill the spiders if you can. If you get the last hits, that's great, but most importantly, just the extra EXP is really beneficial. Let's look at my EXP per minute. I want to see where I'm sitting. I'm actually pretty darn up there. I've had mostly a solo lane. I'm getting slightly more EXP from spiders occasionally, which helps. Whenever they're right-clicked on you, you do have to back up, unfortunately. I'm going to run to tower because I didn't know how much they were diving me. Unfortunately, missed that one too. But once you hit 6, you will actually run into some mana problems. Now, if you guys haven't played Clinkz in a while, or you haven't watched my video, or you don't know how he works, basically, Syrian Arrows gives you a lot of right-click damage. Skeleton Walk puts you in Viz and helps you run really, really fast. And his Strafe skill just gives you a ton of attack speed bonus for a limited amount of time. What your ulti does, your ulti is where Clinkz starts getting really useful. You basically can use this on a neutral or a creep. By the way, if your supports ever get dived, you really do have to help out with the right-click. You can't just like go last hit. It's very important that you do defend them. What the ulti does is it kills a creep, and then it gives you bonus damage based on the creep's HP, and it also gives you bonus HP based on the creep's HP. As that ulti removes, you basically get a heal from it. So whatever you steal in terms of HP will be the net heal as the ulti runs out. So it's really good for keeping... It basically solves a lot of Clinkz's damage problems, while also solving his low HP problems. So a little bit of balancing is really useful. So right here, the spiders are going to click on me. I'm just going to fight them, because I do not care. They do actually have a lot of HP. These are pretty tough to deal with, but every spider that dies is more EXP that goes to me. So, and I'm currently at the most last hits. This is partially because of the spiders, but again, I'm going to right-click them. I do believe their bounty went up recently. So every spider kill is really useful. So if we check my EXP per minute, I am towards the top, which is pretty good. I mean, you just have to look at it as a net extra EXP that comes to the lane. Normally there's only 4 creeps per wave, but all of a sudden, if they have the spider, it's increasing my EXP per minute with every single one that dies. And as you can see, I'm actually going up to the highest EXP per minute. This is pushing me past what I should be getting, just because he's letting these spiders die, so that's a mistake for me. He shouldn't let me get the free EXP there. So I end up going invisible because I was feeling a little bit too pressured. Fortunately for me, I'm missing a lot of these last hits, and I have to play it really safe now. The whole creep wave is here. I'm going to ulti a creep just because I didn't feel very safe. Ulting a creep again increases my HP, it gives me more damage, and now my mana is going to start having some trouble, as you guys can see, especially when I'm searing arrows like every single attack. Things get a little iffy.
Radiant's
So
bottom
again,
tower
principles of
is
playing
under
against a
attack.
brood when you don't have a AoE of any kind. If the spiders attack you, you need to right-click them. Hopefully you have some physical damage. Hopefully you'll have sentries down. You can try to keep the brood out of range. That way you get a level advantage, and then you should be able to maybe counter the brood. Like if we look at the hero level, for example, I'm level 8 right now. Broodmother is only level 6. So I have a 2-level advantage over him, which is useful. Let's check his CS. He's 28 and 3 versus 39 and 7. I don't remember if they actually did communicate this or not. I couldn't remember it. It's not too bad considering he's up against a TA, honestly, but he did get some ganks, so that does matter. So my mana is slowly regenning. I will be going to build an Orchid as fast as possible. Sometimes even getting the Ring of Aquila isn't always the most recommended. And as soon as I saw all these heroes, that guy is really dead. He is going to die 100%. So I was purchasing my first Oblivion staff here.
Radiant's middle tower.
Normally
is
what
under
you'll do
attack.
once you hit level 6 is whenever your cooldown is down, you'll go into the jungle over here and you'll eat one of the big creeps to get the HP bonus, but I was more concerned about last hitting at the moment. I
Radiant's
figured that they
middle
were still
tower is
around.
under attack.
There was a stack over there, which is why they're all kind of congregating. I did spot all the spiders here. Wanted to make sure to get that creep, and I saw the sentry. This his call barely got me there. Really unfortunate. So, after I died there, I think what I should have done is honestly just ran past the tower. I knew that there was a chance that I was getting caught by the battle hunger, or what I should have done is kept a little bit more to the right when I was running down. If I would have been running to the right slightly instead of just straight down, I would have been better off, I think. I did mostly want to get out of the sentry ward range, but what I could have, I think I maybe even showed within the tower range, so I ran into tower range and then cut right again, which resulted in him catching me. It was a nice play by the axe. So I respawn. I still have the most CS in the game. My gold per minute is surely going to be a bit lower now, but yep, I'm at about 308, so... Oh well, I deserve to die though, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have even probably been up that far. I knew that there were like 3 heroes right next to me. I'm going to use my ulti on a mud golem, which will give me some bonus damage, and then as soon as I kill that, I'm going to shift over and try to
Dire's
get a kill.
courier has been killed.
He just ultied our courier, by the way. Now I'm going to activate strafe and right click. As you guys see, we can do a lot of damage.
I'll kill you again.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As you guys can see, the bonus HP from Death Pact was really useful. When Tiny comboed me the first time, it didn't do as much damage as I thought it was. And Clinkz is actually a pretty squishy hero without his ulti, so that extra damage, or the extra heal, or extra HP that I had from it was really, really nice. See a little bit of pull going on. It's very important that you do get the kills of those creeps here, like the regular creeps. If the ogres kill them, then I don't get the experience for them. So it costs you a lot. And of course, I'm gonna ulti the full HP one. So again, I get more bonus HP for a while, and it'll result in me healing after it's all said and done. So I don't really have to leave the lane really ever. One of the nice things about Clinkz is that you can spend just a lot of time farming. You're pretty self-sufficient if you have enough mana regen, which is why people usually focus on an Orchid. Another thing that a lot of people do is they end up going for Orchid before Treads, and that's basically just because it cuts down your timing window, or puts it earlier in the game, which gives you an advantage. It is really nice to have your timing window be earlier, because that means that your opponents are less likely to have something like a Force Staff or an item that is going to counter you from getting kills, essentially. See all these spiders coming at me, but I still hit the guy really hard, and that's without my ulti. So spiders are still chasing me, so I don't want to get surrounded if possible, and I'll just move around it a bit here. See if I can get any kills if possible, and we're gonna lose our Venge over in the jungle, which looks pretty scary. I'm gonna go invis here. was able to dodge the avalanche, and I ulti on a spider. This doesn't look good, guys.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I was pretty screwed though. Once they dusted me, there's not very much to do. I also picked up extra levels of strafe instead of skeleton walk, which is maybe a mistake. I think maybe I should have juked up after the avalanche missed and then ran right instead of going to the trees. It's pretty easy for them to be able to.
Top tower has fallen.
It was pretty easy for them to dive me under there. Luckily, our clockwork is doing really well. There's a lot of EXP.
Dire's top tower
Not really
is
sure who he
under
was
attack.
against, but
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
so I only have 2 levels of skeleton walk. I should probably have 4 at this point, just for the extra movement speed. Because if they do dust you, obviously you could be faster. It's kind of the idea. It's like you can get so insanely fast from skeleton walk that can really pay off. So I'm gonna ulti this guy.
Dire's top tower
I was thinking
has
about
fallen.
showing up to try to get a kill, especially because those large creeps give you the most. Look at my HP right now and my damage. I'm hitting for like over 200. Oh, no wonder I messed up their dust or their smoke. It was pretty obvious that they. Once I saw them there, I didn't realize they were smoke, but I broke their smoke. I really was considering getting this kill. I was able to get it in 2. I don't know if I would have got him in 3, but that was a really, really good pickup for me. I was really happy that worked out. I was hoping the spiders would also maybe stand there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
A little bit of misclicking from me. I'm going to give up on that one. More spiders. So everything went pretty okay. We got 2 kills out of it. We lost the TA. Not the biggest loss. It's just blitz, guys. That's it. Again, I'll shift back to the top lane. They did open up our top lane a lot, which is a little scary, but... And that should give me my Orchid. So, 14-minute Orchid. It's a little slow, but it's not horrible. My GPM is up there. I mean, I've got the most last hits in the game. A lot of that is spiders. Like, 10 of those are probably spiders at least. So it's slightly inflated, but... Close the door, just so we have less audio. Sorry. Alright. Maybe I'm gonna close the whole all the way.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Orchid is picked up. I immediately ult the Centaur. I'm gonna be looking for a solo kill. I was like, okay, here's an easy kill. And then, stupidly, it really helps to stand next to the person
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
before you do that. I was able to get the low ground uphill attack. The Venomancer was gonna die pretty much no matter what there, but in the future, guys, when you go for those kills, make sure you're standing right next to them. That helps a lot. I was able to silence him before he tossed. Not sure if he actually had it up or not. I didn't even see him using his shadow amulet there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Who is this gold, guys?
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
It is kind of expensive to use an Orchid. It's 100 mana, so you have to be a little careful about the usage. But so yeah, I pick up treads afterwards. Normally, I think the last time I played Clinkz, I got treads first because I wasn't very comfortable with Clinkz. But I think this time I went Orchid first, and it has paid off because I did have it in my team. I'll try to help out here. I don't have enough money for both strafe and this. I need to wait 10 seconds. Should have it like right now. If I would have Orchided on time there, I maybe would have gotten the kill. I don't know if I got this one. I can't remember. I don't think I did. Yeah, if I would have Orchided the first hit, I think I misclicked slightly. Another mistake. I just don't play Clinkz enough. I got pretty okay at alt-Wing to turn on the autocast though. So I was pretty happy about that. I made a lot of progress with that this game. As a player, personally. Yes, that was a really good pickup. I can't really use Searing Arrows right now because I'm so low. Switch to make sure at this point now I can now tread switch as well, really important. So now I can tread switch for extra mana. Again, I need 190 to be able to do a strafe as well as a Orchid combo. I also picked up a Blades of Attack because I'm going to be going for a Daedalus. Usually at least getting a Crystallis after your Orchid is heavily recommended because you do need to increase your damage by a lot. I was looking around to see if Tiny went from the top lane to the jungle, but if we look at the map, he's actually completely gone. So back to jungling, or back to last hitting it is. It's really nice to have agility treads up though, it really increases my damage output. I'm going to keep that alive until I get my ulti up in 6 seconds. The other really nice thing about my ulti is it's kind of like a Hand of Midas. It doesn't increase the EXP that I get from the neutrals, but it one-shots them immediately, so it does power level you in terms of EXP and gold a little bit, which is really nice. Looks like there's a fight going on, so I'm going to tread switch here, and probably should, if I turned on my Searing Arrows there, I think I might have been able to kill him. I'm not quite sure. But I didn't turn them on. I could have turned them on even while I was being attacked. Even while it's called, I think. So, maybe could have killed him, it would have been an extra, like, 250 physical damage or something. Hard to say, though. It was definitely a little bit of greedy TP. Without my ulti, I definitely would have died there. Guaranteed.
Dire's middle tower is
That's a good example of the slow snowball. Like, every time you throw your life away, it puts you really far behind. I didn't throw my life away there, but if I did, it would have sucked really bad. So GPM is really not looking that good for our team, actually. I am second out of the map. Our 2 supports are at the very bottom. The reason you kill the small creeps before the big one is because you don't want to waste the time that you ulti. Like, your ulti is only up for a certain amount of time. So if you ulti the big creep first and then kill the little ones, that's like 5 to 10 extra seconds that you don't have your ulti up for a gank, basically.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Saw the Venom moving around here. So it's like, okay, this should be an easy kill. Orchid was again really late.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think I need to do the combo of that a bit different, maybe. I should really go for Orchid and then Strafe. Free spiders, guys. And we got a stack going on, so I definitely want to try to slow this down if I can. It's important to steal these when you can, especially when you have a lot of physical damage like Clinkz does. Here's another stack that I just saw. It's a little scary. This is a slight mistake. If you use Skeleton Walk, you have to keep in mind, one of the first things you learn by playing Clinkz a lot is that Skeleton Walk has a really long cooldown. So you have to do very, very deliberate actions while you play. Like, just the fact that I, sorry if it's making noise. Just the fact that I ended up ulting, or going invis, and then immediately breaking it was pretty scary. I can also maybe try to kill this guy. I'm going to want to wait till his phase boots are a little bit lower. Him running that direction is going to get him killed, for sure. I think. But I guess he couldn't really run into my allies, so... Orchid is also really good against Brood because any silenced hero can't go in invis. That counts for Ricky Maru, that counts for Broodmother. I think it's pretty much all silences. Like, even if a Potom uses Midnight Shadow, her ulti, on a hero and I silence him, then he won't go invisible. So keep that in mind, guys. You can use it to gank invis heroes, they just have to show for a moment. It's kind of like Bounty Hunter in a way. You have that timing window and you can try to kill them. So I'm just going to spend a lot of time in their jungle because I can. It's pretty hard for me to get killed at this point. My HP is 2k if I use my ulti properly on large creeps, so it keeps me pretty safe. I wasn't able to see the Veno. If I knew the Veno was there, I would have gone for the kill. I just spotted her there. Go hunting. But this is going to force them to play a lot closer together, and if you take a look at my vision, like there's a dust, they were trying to find me. If you take a look at the map, they're staying together much, much more than they were in the past. Which is wise of them. I mean, they can't basically continue to get picked off by me. Because if they do, I'm just going to snowball out of control. Wildkins aren't the best creep to take, by the way, but it works. Man, I didn't even see Axe there, that's pretty funny. Walked right past me. I think I saw him here.
Bottom tower is under
I was
attack.
like, I want to try to kill Axe. I wished I was at this fight. Luckily I got strafe off before.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
That's a lot of damage on him. Then we saw like how many heroes were here, and we're like, okay, maybe we don't want to fight this. And also my ulti just ran out, which means I lose about 600 HP.
Radiant's
so
middle tower is under attack.
that's the definition of patience right there. I was really surprised that I was patient about that. Normally I'm not. I'm just like, hey, let's jump in and get a kill.
Under attack.
Sometimes
Radiant's middle
results
tower
in you
is
dying,
under
but
attack.
obviously that wasn't the best fight to take, so we ended up backing off. And I'm just gonna go back to farm creep stop. So basically, the really nice thing about Clinkz is he's so mobile because of his invis that you can kind of be all over the map, and you can spread out your kills by also farming. Like, you can farm all of the neutral camps really easily. You can farm neutrals, you can farm lanes. You don't have to worry as much about positioning, but basically you just have to make correct decision making when you do actually break invis and go on a hero. They have been trying pretty hard to get kills on me, but they might have been better off just getting a gem, maybe. Like, they spent a lot of time dusting randomly, as we saw. Like, they tried to set a lot of traps for me, but I just kind of got lucky and didn't walk into them, I would say. Or at least I was playing slightly safe. So there's my Crystallis, gives me 30 damage and a chance to crit. There's some stuff going on mid, so I want to go ulti a creep and then show up if possible. And I'm a little greedy, so I'm going to... I was going to maybe TP, but then I realized I'll just go for this.
Coming in.
Death cuts both ways.
You died on the temple steps. Have you but eyes to see it?
Even against high armor heroes like DK, I still do a lot of damage. I wanted to see if we could clean up the next guy. Nothing. So some slight mistakes there. I missed like an extra right click on the bird because I attacked a creep once. Just little things like that are things that I need to work on with Clinkz. He's like so easy to play, but I still managed to mess things up a little bit. We get a tower.
Middle tower has fallen.
That's our first tower, by the way, so that should open us up for a lot more EXP.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's also, most importantly, it opens up a lot of paths for me to go places. If you're playing invis heroes like Ricky or Clinkz, taking towers at all is really useful, just because now there's an area of the map that they don't have a free sentry for. So, critting for like 450 right now, which is pretty good. Gonna be looking for some kills. How early you go Daedalus really depends on how well the game's going, by the way. If you're a little bit behind on Clinkz, I've seen some pro players go from Orchid immediately to Black King Bar, which can sometimes be the correct choice. This game I was doing pretty well with 8 kills. I think my GPM is probably on the top of the game. So I think I ended up going, I went from Orchid to Daedalus to BKB, but I was even considering skipping the BKB because I was pretty far ahead. So looks like we're gonna have a team fight soon, so I might just ulti a creep here. And again, you want to always do this before the fight happens. Like, I'm going to be like 5 seconds late to the fight, but I have a lot more damage when I finally get there. For example. He's able to kill Groot. As you guys can see, I'm not doing Searing Arrows because he's matching me in. I almost lost vision. I didn't misclick on that creep, guys. I was A-clicked on the ground, and we lost vision of him, which is why I wasn't able to secure the kill. Why he almost made it, basically. But Blitz got more vision last second. It was really close, though.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So back in the jungle, back to farming.
Dire's top
any
tower
time.
is under attack.
And I'm also going to turn off my Searing Arrows for now, because I don't really need to burn the mana. And they really do have sentries everywhere. So I will ulti a creep again. I'm going to be looking for kills. So tiny. It was really stupid for me to try that. Oh, I didn't realize that was where he went. He like didn't care at all. Stupid for me to initiate right there because his creep wave was dead. You have to like look to see what people are doing and how they're gonna react. sometimes when you're invis ganking like that. So he almost killed his wave, which meant that if I initiated right there, he was going to immediately walk away because his creep wave was almost dead anyways, right? If he kills the wave and he naturally walks away, it gives him like that extra quarter second. So I should have been like, okay, this wave's going to die right now. He's going to go farm another wave. I should have positioned behind him at the large camp and then initiated, and that would have been much better off for me. I think he had a Lothar's anyways, so I don't think I could kill him, but yeah, he actually did. There's literally no way that I could kill this guy unless he like really messed up. So a little silly for me anyways. I should have checked his items. So I have Daedalus now. I have a Orchid. Pretty good pickups. I was looking at this wave and I didn't see the large creep, so I just ultied the medium one, and then the large one came out and I was like, oh, what the hell? I didn't know that was there. So I lose some damage in HP, but... And then I noticed this tower was free, so I took it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yes, one-shotting creeps, guys. Sometimes. Took a lot of damage from that. The tiny combo landed on me. I think I took full tiny combo. My ulti ran out as well. It was basically just overly greedy. I mean, we didn't know they were all invis in there, but it was a pretty big mistake to take a tower and then feign a continued push and then stick with it. Especially they were all missing on the map. I felt something weird when I was playing, but I didn't listen to it, and it was really stupid. So we both died because of that, which is going to slow us down in terms of snowball. I mean, I had a big streak. I had a wicked 6 streak. So I lost 750 gold from dying there, which is massive. It's a really big loss. And who got the gold? Was Dragon Knight. So Dragon Knight picks up a lot of gold from that one. He's got a BKB and he does actually have a gem, so... I didn't realize I was going to take so much nuke damage though, because for the rest of the game, I was actually pretty survivable. But that's because I always had death pact up. That time, my death pact ran out as the fight started. It puts you in a really bad spot.
Unstoppable.
That's why I'm here.
Looks like they almost fought there. The swap on Blitz messed things up a little bit though. He tried to trap and then release, but the trap animation got cancelled, so then he released the one at the rune, which is what happened there. Back to creeps, guys. Really good at missing easy last hits. I like going for the range creep first just because it's a guaranteed last hit that I won't miss. I still missed that one. Like, little mistakes like that just aren't worth it. Like, 1 out of 5 creeps, you might as well focus on every creep that you last hit. Like, sometimes you lose concentration, but if you keep your concentration up and you can just get every last hit, it will give you a lot more GPM over the course of a game. So, push out the waves couple. I'll go in the jungle now. I think this is where I queued up the BKB. And I decided that I should be using Searing Arrows because I've got like an Orchid anyways, my mana pool's full. Might as well. So the problem with the crit is sometimes the creeps die faster than you expect them to, so then you accidentally do damage to a hero. There's a lot of movement going on mid, so I decided to shift over and try to help out. So we were anticipating them trying to take Roshan, basically. Pretty sure that they saw me here.
Foaming in.
I decided to go pick up my items, I think. Yeah, looks like it. Kind of interesting that the skeleton walk duration lasts the same time as the ulti, both 35 seconds. So I dropped my Aquila temporarily for the extra HP and the extra damage. Mithril Hammer gives like an extra 9 or something over what Aquila does. So. My damage is actually really good at this point. I mean, this looks like my ulti is up, something like that. I didn't know if a team fight was going to start right away, so I didn't want to clear the camp. But normally you should. Their ward just spotted me moving down as well. Then I mind. And at this point, I kind of just wanted to steal the Roshan because we had good positioning. I probably should have killed the Plague Ward first, but... with the minus armor, it's pretty easy.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
That swap was unnecessary. Pretty good to get the tank. And that is going to be the end of the fight. So everything worked out okay. I didn't know if there was going to be more battling or not. So I just ate a random creep. So things went pretty well. The one thing you could maybe criticize me for is that I use strafe on Roshan, and if I use strafe on Roshan and the team fight happens, then I don't actually do very good damage. I mean, I was doing okay damage, but nothing really impressive, so that definitely hurt me a bit. We're going to try to take a tower off of this because they still have some dead heroes. I don't know if my silence on Tiny was really that useful either, honestly. They don't really have a lot of really good silence targets. Like, it's like I have to silence them before they get their combos off, and that takes a lot more skill. Sometimes I don't do it properly.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
But we can take towers really easily at this point. I've got my BKB finished, and I also brought my Ring of Aquila back, so I am super stacked. So now I don't have to worry about Dragon Tail stun, I don't have to worry about Avalanche Toss, assuming I activate them on time. Just gives me a lot more viability and defense. So I'll just ulti that creep to get rid of it. It's honestly pretty good HP. I think Blitz decided that he wanted the waves, so I just let him take it. And again, I don't always really want to waste my skeleton walk. It would get me from place to place faster, but keeping it off cooldown is also really important. Shooting for like 800. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. There's one benefit of their heroes. We were worried about getting ganked because we saw the teal guy coming. And then it turns out that they found their clockwork quite easily. Crits are good, guys. I was hoping for a last hit crit there. Should have gotten that kill. I was focused way too much on ulti and a creep to get my damage output up, because I thought the team fight would continue. I didn't realize he was just going to TP right there, so that was a mistake from me. We should have killed the axe. As you guys see in the bottom right, he's also picked up a blade mail now. This isn't that big of a problem with me, because I've already got a BKB, so I am like an item ahead of his, of where his would be useful. So any damage that I deal to axe, if I'm magic immune, it doesn't reflect, because blade mail reflects pure damage, but it's like a magic check, which means like it's like, are you magic immune? If you're not, then okay, this will do damage, basically. I messed it up. I was trying like really hard to not do any damage to the Wildkin before I ultied him. It's not based on max HP, if you guys didn't figure that out yet. It's based on current HP.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Some jerk killed the good Wildkin, which I can now not ulti. But they took the tower without me anyways, so I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm sitting at 2500 HP. I've mostly only built damage items. I'm in a pretty good spot. Their team still has to play really safe because they've lost a couple gems and we have invis heroes who are ganking them, so you can really tell that things worked out nicely for us in terms of scaring them. We definitely have scared them efficiently. You can just tell based on their play. And this is when I saw a beautiful stack, and I was like, I'm killing this. It's a pretty big steal. I mean, this is like 500 gold or something like that. I've stolen a lot of their stacks this game already, so being able to pick these off increases my GPM nicely, and hurts them as well. It's kind of like stealing a Roshan, basically. I mean, that's something they would have killed eventually, probably with like Tiny or DK or something, but no longer. It's all mine. Little did I know there was a tiny running right next to me. Now they're like, hey, my stack. It's the weakest ulti ever, guys. How much damage did this even give me? Doesn't say. Daedalus pretty good though. Alright, so next damage item. I don't really need any more survivability. I've got a lot of HP when I ulti, as well as my BKB magic community. I've already got okay damage with, I've got enough disable with the Orchid, and I have a Daedalus as well, so my damage output's pretty okay. But I really want to make it better. And I think what I decided to do at this point was go for a butterfly, which we talked about a little bit, and that decided to be the option. I could grab an MKB if I wanted to. MKB is not bad because of the fact that if Broodmother attacks me, she puts an orb on me. That gives me mischance. Additionally, if any of them grab like a halberd or something like that, it could also hurt my damage output. But we decided to grab a butterfly basically because my attack speed was okay, but it could be a lot better, especially outside of strafe. So we figured if we increase my attack speed a lot and give me a bunch of agility, then it's going to be a lot harder for the opponents to kill me. And that doesn't just count for evasion, it also counts for armor. I mean, butterfly does give you 30 agi, or 35 agi, I can't remember. I think it gives 30 agi, which is like 6 armor or something like that. It's pretty good. It's a little bit more than a chainmail, so it really is a lot of extra survivability. I really wanted to engage on this. They actually all have BKBs, so, and I forgot to pop my BKB. Was unable to kill the DK, but I think I could have fought that fight a lot better. Could have fought that fight much better.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Did you get a courier out of it at least? I should have just like, if I just like BKB'd and right clicked from the start, I would have done a lot better.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I silenced the Venom to make sure that they couldn't get off their Aghanim's, or their ulti. Very much considering going in on the X here. I'll butter that up the next round. My silence is probably too late to really pay off. But it's pretty important to weave in and out of battle with Clinkz. You have to go in,
Radiant's
do damage,
middle tower
get
has
out,
fallen.
use an ulti on a creep. I mean, it gives me like 1,000 HP. Like,
Radiant's middle
a ton of damage. We'll see how much damage it gives me after our numbers decrease. It'll reduce my base attribute, the 254. So we'll see what it goes under. So 254. It's giving me like 90 damage, for God's sake. It's 90 damage. It is a lot of damage. It's like a free Abyssal Blade damage output for just an ulti on a creep. And it fully healed me. So it's really good. 1,000 HP, 90 damage. It's like 2 items essentially. I mean, Clinkz doesn't have any disable really, unless you build items. But like, it's how the hero works, man. You just buy damage items and you do right clicks. So my net worth is pretty far ahead of everybody else's. Especially the enemy teams. They definitely haven't been able to keep up. And this will be my butterfly. So here we go. I think it should be 30 agility. Yep, 30 agility, 35% evasion, attack speed, and damage. So. Oh yeah, my ulti's on. Hold on. Again, I have to wait for this.
Out of tolerance.
Hey, he had a gem, I suppose. It's pretty good. We're 5-on-1, 4-on-1. Oh yeah, I bought back. Forgot about that. I was like, why am I alive already? It's like, oh, I bought back. Again, go into the jungle, snag some creeps. The reason I bought back for this is because I knew that I got a lot of kills out of it. So, and I have like such an item advantage that taking a gold hit at this point didn't really hurt me very much. I think the buyback was like, yeah, 1,600 or something like that. Like, any item past this is just honestly like a little unnecessary. You saw how hard I wrecked in that fight when I was up against 4 heroes right-clicking me. I mean, yeah, they couldn't cast spells on me until a lot later, but especially considering that we were a little bit behind in the early game, it was pretty scary.
Radiant's middle
And I just
tower
kind of wanted to
has
buy
fallen.
back and make some stuff happen.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's ancient is under attack.
I didn't even see that guy type this. So that's going to guarantee us the win. I think they did a really nice job in the early game, but their hero comp was a little bad. I would say it was at least half of it. I mean, we had 2 great support heroes with Venge and Rubik. And the Clockwork played really well, and our mid played well as well. So we ended up just kind of snowballing. They had a lot of trouble getting splintered off. Like, if they had better disables, I think they would have been in a much better place, because they did have a big early game advantage. Like, they didn't have any ranged stuns. They had like Dragon Knight stun, and they had Tiny combo, and they had Axe's Call, and that was pretty much it. And it really, I think the Broodmother maybe should have done more split pushing, but she really couldn't, because like I snowballed, and I could have easily solo killed her, for example. So like, Broodmother as a hero needs to be able to split push for her to be effective, but I countered her because I had so much farm and I was able to kill. So it just like limited Broodmother and made her a team fight hero who couldn't really snowball. I mean, it just like put them so far behind. So that's how the game goes. Snowball and Clinkz get a lot of items, make good item choices, usually Orchid into Daedalus. You don't have to make the whole thing. You can make the lesser crit and then a BKB. I've seen people do that as well, but I was lucky enough to be able to go straight for the full Deso, or the full Desolator. No, the full Daedalus before I grabbed the BKB. So it worked out really nicely. We ended up winning the game, and that's going to be it. So hope you guys are looking forward to Pure and Flax video. Hopefully it'll come out tomorrow. I think I'm going to record it now with him. And I think that's about it. Make sure to follow me on Facebook or Twitter if you guys want to see any updates about my life or what I'm doing. It's usually Dota related. So I think that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. We're working on t-shirts. Hopefully we'll have some information about that very soon. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.